Howdy everyone, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball Card Breaks. Today we have my very first ever giveaway. It's going to be for this box of 1989 Topps Baseball. What you need to do today if you want to be considered for this giveaway, you need to do three things. One is you need to be a current subscriber. And you can do that right after this video. There'll be a baseball right in the middle. Our Brainiac baseball will be right there. All you have to do is click on that and you can become a subscriber. You also need to like this video. And then the third thing you need to do is in the comments, let me know which ball player or which team you hate the most. Like, for example, for me, the team that I hate the most is the Houston Astros, primarily because of their cheating scandal. Like right now, if they were playing against North Korea, I'd be rooting for the North Korean team. That's how much I hate the Astros. And the ball player that I hate the most is Frank Tanana. And I'll tell you that story here coming up. But I want to get cracking on these when this video's done. We'll see if we have more time. I also have this envelope to open. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be all packs from the Junk Wax era. It's from Eric Jabs, from Jabs Family. I'm part of his Patreon subscriptions, and that's my monthly return for my donation from him. So we'll see if we have time at the end, and if we do, then we'll go ahead and get into that. This box of Chronicles here is a box that I'll be opening later in the week. I'm also expecting some other orders to come in. So what we have here is we have 36 packs of cards, and in these packs we're going to be looking for the four main rookies from this set. Craig Biggio, Randy Johnson, Gary Sheffield, and John Smoltz. So those are the big ones we're looking for. I'm going to try to blow through these as quickly as possible since the rest of the cards don't have a ton of value to them. These are really fun for me. This is the year I graduated from high school. And so I already own the complete set of these. As you can see, there's 15 cards and one stick of gum in here. So I know everyone's going to want me to just eat a stick of gum, but I'm sure that it's moldy or terrible tasting. But I tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If we do not get one Craig Biggio in here, I will eat all 36 sticks of gum at the same time. That's my deal. So let's go ahead and crack these babies open and see what we can find. You can see the gum is sticking to the back, and there's a nice little mold spot there. So I'm going to try to remove, this is really stuck on here. Oh, no, as I say that, it comes right off. Yeah, so it's going to damage this Seattle Mariners card. Yeah, so this is a card I'm just not going to bother to send you, whoever the winner is. And so how the winner will be chosen is on next week's Time Travel Tuesday. I'll take all the comments and I'll put them into a random generator, and whomever comes up as the main person randomly will win the box. Okay, so technically you have from this Time Travel Tuesday all the way until next Time Travel Tuesday to be entered in the contest. And you can only enter once, okay? That's all the rules I have for this. So there's Kevin Elster, Bill Long, Damon Berryhill, Gold Cup card, Darryl Miller, Brady Anderson, hit 50 home runs in a year once. Hey, there's the gerbil, Don Zimmer, looking good. Ricky Henderson, that's a good card, right? Hall of Famer. Hubie Brooks, Rick Leach, University of Michigan quarterback, back when I used to go to University of Michigan games, and then he was drafted by the Tigers. There's Rick Shue, Scott Fletcher, Dickie Fawn, took one of the worst fastballs to the eye I've ever seen. Nelson Liriano and Alan Ashby. So we got a Ricky Henderson. That's a good start. Let's just hope that the piece of gum is not stuck to a Biggio or a Johnson or a Sheffield or a Smoltzy. Oh, here's an American League Leaders card that it's stuck to. See, it's actually leaked through on Jim Gott, but we'll cut that loose. So it's a Sweet Music Frank Viola card that's been ruined. I'm going to set that aside. And there's a way you can order stuff, but I'm sure it's invalid. Luis Aguayo. Oh, there's Rick Leach again. Mark Salas. Roger Craig. He was the pitching coach for the Tigers. He taught Jack Morris the split-fingered fastball. There's George Bell. Claudel Washington. Bill Schrader. Joel Youngblood. Once played for 2 different teams on the same day. And Jamie Moyer. I believe this is his rookie card too. No? Okay, I'm wrong. Scrap that. Okay, put that aside. All right, so far we just have the Ricky B. Ricky. 2 pieces of gum. All right, so this one, the gum is on the back, and this is going to be a Kevin Gross. Gross. It's Brad Havens. Oh, did I just see a Biggio? I think I did. There's a Turn Back the Clock. It's Chris Brown, not the R&B singer Chris Brown. Turn Back the Clock, Gil Hodges. Another one of those cards. Jose Guzman. Danny Jackson. Rick Aguilera. Bill Doran. I thought that was Craig Biggio. Kurt Manwaring. Wally Backman. I actually had lunch at a Chili's with Wally Backman in Las Vegas. Jeff Reed. Paul Kilgus. Mike Dunn. Rene Gonzalez. And Bobby Valentine. You can hardly recognize him without his mustache. This has got residue on it from the glue used to seal. All right, so let's go ahead and grab another one here. So, like I said earlier, I was going to tell the story of why Frank Tanana is my most hated ball player. And so I don't know if you know who Frank Tanana is, but Frank Tanana came onto the scene in the middle 70s as a fireball pitcher. I mean, this guy is just as good as Nolan Ryan. He struck out a ton of guys. Didn't walk very many as Ozzie Smith, Hall of Famer. I mean, he was just amazing for the Angels. And let's see, here's a record breaker. Still in good shape. And John Perlman is the one that's got the gum on it. So he had 5 good seasons. I mean, all-star games are considered for Cy Young. And then, like with most young left-handers, he blew out his elbow. Well, he didn't really blow it out so much as just overused, and it got sore. And he had to, there's Jack Morris. He had to become a kind of a junk ball pitcher. He lost lots of life off of his fastball. Jim Leland, future Tiger manager. And so he eventually came to the Tigers. And so when I was a kid, my high school wrestling coach was Larry Anderson. He was once traded for Jeff Bagwell. That's how Bagwell got to Houston. So my high school wrestling coach, when I was 16, he was in charge of a Christian youth group where he asked for volunteers oh, that's so moldy. Look at that. That's terrible. So he was asking for volunteers to help, it's Dale Murphy, to help be a counselor for this youth group. And so me and one of my friends decided we'd volunteer to do this. And it just so happened that Frank Tanana was a guest speaker for this Christian youth group. And Frank Tanana had become a born-again Christian, which, God bless him for that. And he became a born-again Christian because he was on the same team, the same Angels team as Lyman Bostock. And Lyman Bostock was murdered sitting in a car because he was with the wrong woman at the wrong time, basically. And so that really affected him as Joe Carter. And so he became a born-again Christian, and that's how he got involved as a guest speaker for this youth group. And so I had met a couple of athletes before, but I was really excited to meet Frank Tanana because, of course, he was on my Tigers, and he'd come over and he was, a top-notch pitcher. And in 1987, when I was 16, the Tigers were, in a playoff run. And Don August is the one that's got the gum on there. So anyway, before Frank Tanana was to go on stage, the high school wrestling coach said, "Hey, come here. Let me introduce you to Frank Tanana." So I walked up to Frank Tanana, and I was standing right next to him. And the wrestling coach and Frank Tanana started having a conversation. And, I'm a little bit starstruck by Frank Tanana. And I'm standing there right next to him, and he refuses to even acknowledge me, won't even look at me, just focused directly on my coach. And I could see just by the look on his face, he was sort of didn't want to have anything to do with being there or being involved or having to say hello to anyone. He just kind of wanted to do what he was required to do and get out of there. And so time passes 30 seconds, and I'm just waiting for the introduction at this point. And I wasn't going to ask him for an autograph or anything. I just wanted to say hello, maybe shake his hand, and nothing. And in fact, he even sort of re-angled his body so I wasn't in his line of sight anymore. And that was really the first time I'd ever seen or heard of an athlete kind of rebuffing a fan. I never knew that could happen. Wow, this feels really light. It's supposed to be 15 cards in there. And from that day on, I knew that he was going to be my mortal enemy. And I've never liked Frank Tanana since then. So there's Ramon Martinez. It's Pedro Martinez's brother. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 cards. I don't know if this is going to count as a card, but there's supposed to be 15 cards. If I was a kid and I opened that pack, I would be pissed. Unless I was really young and I couldn't count to 9. Then I guess I wouldn't even know, would I? So yeah, that's my story about Frank Tanana. I've just never really gotten over that. And of course, the Tigers went on to make the playoffs that year. And they ended up losing and not making it to the World Series. And that was pretty much the end of the run for the 80s Tigers as they rebuilt. And they were just terrible. There's Freddie Lynn. A lot of people don't remember. This is also, a lot of people don't remember this, but the Tigers were in another playoff run, and they traded for Fred Lynn, and he was not allowed to play in the playoffs because they didn't get the trade in time, whatever the trade deadline was. And so he wasn't allowed to be on the playoff team. It's Paul Molitor. So far, we have not found any of the rookies, unless I've overlooked them. And with my babbling about my mortal enemy. Oh, no. Oh, man. Randy Johnson. He's the gum guy. And it's all moldy. Oh, man. I'm going to set that aside in case that is the only Randy Johnson. And I'll let the winner decide whether they want to keep that one or not. I'm going to guess no, but, you wouldn't want to give that to your kid. Like I said, the 89 set's not a great set. I mean, it's not, of the sets of the 80s, it's probably the most, the cheapest to get your hands on. So, but, you may want to have your son or daughter get involved in collecting this Eddie Murray. So, yeah, it might be worth it to give it to a friend or family member or, to get their interest in collecting. So you probably don't want to give them, as Andre Dawson, probably don't want to give them one with a moldy piece of gum stuck to it. There's Blackjack McDowell. That might be his rookie card. And Denny Walling. Oh, that's stuck too. And a Gold Cup card for Ron Gant, which also might be his rookie card. But anyway. Okay, so we're humming along here. We're not even quite halfway done. And we're going to have to pick up the pace to get through these. There's Will the Thrill Clark. There's Nolan Ryan. That's always a good card. That's definitely one of the more valuable cards in the set. Non-rookie. Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Famer. The Kid, before Ken Griffey Jr. was a kid, Gary Carter. Tram, there's my boy Trammell. He was an all-star that year. Jeff Reardon, Darryl Strawberry. Oh, back-to-back Darryl Strawberries. Darryl Strawberry was one of the first players I ever heckled from right field when he was on the Yankees and would come to Tiger Stadium. I would just sit in the right field bleachers and just yell, Darryl, Darryl. And I'd say some other not so nice things that I'm not so proud of now, but, I never got kicked out or anything. Dave Stewart. Jimmy Williams, Mark Grant. There's another Ozzie Smith. I think that's the second time we've seen the All-Star Ozzie. I'm just putting the Hall of Famers together. This is the record breaker of Oral Hershiser pitching all those scoreless innings, which I think was broken by a relief pitcher. I just can't remember who that was. Greg Swindell is the unfortunate card with the gum on there. All right. So let's see. Hey, Sweet Lou, he'll probably be in the Hall of Fame before too long. Bobby Witt, his son, first-round draft pick. There's Oral. Hershiser, I guess I should probably finish that sentence. Rangers leaders, Matt Williams. Is that Wade Boggs? Tommy John. He's got to be very close to the end of his career at this point with the Yankees. Tommy John, of course, famous for the ulnar. I can't even think of what it's called now. That surgery where you take the tendon from your leg and you put it in your arm. Okay. Oh, there's Rocket. Put him in there. Pete Incaviglia went straight to the major leagues, never played a game in the minors. Larry Parrish, former Tigers manager. Jim Rice, Hall of Famer. Angel Salazar, Eric King. He's the gum guy. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, it's on both ends. You get the gum on one side, and you're getting the glue residue on the other. Todd Benzinger, Todd Burns, two Todds don't make a right. Mike Burbeck, Ozzie Virgil, Ernie Riles, Tommy Herr. Oh, there's Tommy Glavine, second year card. First draft pick of Willie Ainsley. Never heard of him. Ah, there we go. Now we don't have to feel bad about the Randy Johnson gum card. We have a legit Randy Johnson. So that's our first rookie card. We'll put that right there. So I feel good. We got one of the rookies. I mean, all these cards, you think there's going to be a Biggio in there, right? There's probably going to be a Sheffield. So they've got to be somewhere in here. So Dutch Dalton, Alfredo Griffin. There's you son of a bitch. Just kidding. I'm getting over just talking about it, talking it out, talking it through. I feel better already. Bobby Bowe, still getting paid by the Mets. $1 million every year. Or Gary Carter, record breaker. Mark Portugal. Jack McKeon. Pedro Guerrero. Gum card is Herm Winningham. So yeah, I mean, when you leave a comment telling me what player or team you hated the most, I'd love to know why. I'm sure everyone's got a story. I mean, it's pretty easy to hate the Yankees, for their success. But there's Lee Smith, Hall of Famer. But you may have a better reason than just blind hatred toward a rival. So I'd like to know that. Please, when you leave a comment, let me know. I'm curious. I'm sure other people will want to know too. Bill Benet and Buddy Bell. Ryan Sandberg. That was the gum card. Where the gum must have got stuck in the wrapper. Okay, I've got about 10 minutes left before the video will automatically come to an end, so we're going to have to pick up the pace. There's Canseco, Mamamuki, Mark Parent, Bob McClure, Donnie Baseball, Jeff Sellers, Jack Armstrong, Bobby Valentine, Perry, Jack Clark, Moose Stubing. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to have time to do the Eric Jabs envelope. What I'll do for the Eric Jabs envelope is I'm going to save that for next Time Travel Tuesday. I'm curious, of course, to see what my $14 donation gets me. This is the first time that I've received anything from him. And so I'm very curious to see what he includes. If you don't follow Eric Jabs, it's called, he's known as Jabs Family on YouTube. You should. I also, of course, I guess what I should say is I've learned a lot from watching his videos and how to make my own videos. And he's definitely better at it than I am. Although this is like my 20th video, so, cut me some slack. He does a good job, and he always has the new cards open, shipped to him and ready to go. So, Oil Can Boyd, Dibs, Robin Yount, Hall of Famer. So, if you don't follow him, you should. You should definitely see what he has to offer, and then you could always join his Patreon, where for a small donation you can get exclusive videos on the Patreon channel, or for a little bit more of a donation, you can get your own packs shipped to you. Okay, well, so far we're blowing through these, and Randy Johnson's the only one. That's Cal Ripken. That's good. That's a good card. Alex Trevino. Every time I see an Astro, I'm thinking Biggio, but so far nothing. There's Kirby Puckett, Al Leiter back in the Yankees days, before he figured out how to harness the fastball. It's Bob Boone. Mike Diaz is Jose Canseco. And the gum card is Mike Young. All right. Less talky, more rippy. Dennis Lamp. I love Lamp. Juan Nieves. Zane Smith. Oral Hershiser. Alvin Davis. Bob Boone. Twins leaders. Frank Robinson. Oh man, Hall of Famer Frank Robinson. That's I'll put that aside too. Maybe we can get the gum off without doing any real damage. Okay, Dennis Rasmussen, Vince Law, Braggs, Black, Skinner, Deshay, Bream, Tony Pena, Carlton Fisk, Hall of Famer, Ray Kionis, Greg Harris, Bob Boone. More Bob Boones than you could ever want, really. All right. Got to do like a pack a minute. So Bob Ojeda, Frank DePino, Worthington, Yeomans, Sierra, Wallace Johnson, Gladden, Seitzer, Brock, Wallach, Otis Nixon. The problem when I have like 36, oh, this is another light pack. Well, I wonder, that's 2, and now I'm starting to wonder whether these have been pre-opened. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, so there were just those 2 packs, and they were pretty easy to open. This one was not easy to open. There's Tommy Glavine. Now I'm beginning to wonder if Frank Tanana. Now I'm beginning to wonder if they've already maybe been searched and they put this box together. They took out the cards they wanted and thought they could sneak it by us. This box I got from the same guy that I did the 1953 Archives box, which was not pre-opened in any way. But yeah, if there's no Biggio or Sheffield, I mean, we're coming down to the end and we're not finding any of the good guys. And now I'm starting to think the worst. Kittle. Yeah, this is, now I'm a little ticked off, to be honest. So what I'll do is, I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's hard to get those cards that are missing from this, but, oh man. It's Ricky Henderson again. Yeah, like, I guess it's always a bad idea to buy boxes of cards that are not in the cellophane. But I'm like, okay, this is 1989. This is like the one box that, who really cares? I mean, even the best cards in the set don't have a ton of value. There's Gibby. This is the year he had his big home run, this Sparky Anderson. Dale Murphy. There's Greg Maddux. I think I've only got a couple minutes left here before before my time runs out on the max I can do with my phone. Chris Zabo. I mean, I guess the question is, like, how would the person know that none of these other packs would not have any of them in there? Like, I guess if you understood the collation, but you would have had to have somehow reopened them. All right. Yeah, this is fishy, right? I mean, I'm sure that if you're watching this video through this point, you would tend to agree that this is highly unusual. All right, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. See this box of Chronicles back here? That has one autograph per box, and I will give that box away along with this box as part of the contest. All right, so do everything else that I had requested, and I'm going to open this box up on Tuesday of next week, as well as with my Time Travel Tuesday, and you'll get this box of Chronicles. There's Michael Jack Schmidt, and I think that's the best way to do it. And I'm going to contact this seller and give him a piece of my mind. Bob Welch, University of Michigan. All right, guys. Well, that was a little bit of a bust, and I apologize for that. But there is a Randy Johnson, and I'm going to open this up next Tuesday for Time Travel Tuesday, as along with my envelope from Jabs. And you'll be getting all the cards in here, plus all of the 1989 Topps cards, minus the bubblegum cards. So thank you all for watching the video. And once again, sorry about that. I guess we can't control those things. But thank you so much, and have a great night.